Actor Rose McGowan sent out a since-deleted tweet saying this: "Your silence is the problem. You'll accept a fake award breathlessly and affect no real change. I despise your hypocrisy. Maybe you should all wear Marchesa." Now, Marchesa is the fashion brand founded by Harvey Weinstein's wife, Georgina Chapman. Oscars So White creator April Rain tweeted, "You know what really would be a protest? Not going. No women on the red carpet as far as the eye can see." Now, that would be a statement. But organizers of the black dress protest say that the red carpet campaign is just part of their vision for change. Reese Witherspoon tells the New York Times, quote, "It really is a statement that women are deeply unified. We always have been, and we stand up for those who can't speak up." Witherspoon is among a group of women in Hollywood backing the Time's Up legal defense fund that's already raised more than $13 million for sexual assault victims. Reese Witherspoon also helped launch the special Time's Up pins on the Golden Globes red carpet. 500 pins have been created to help raise awareness about sexual assault. Now, joining me now is Noreen Flanagan. She's the editor-in-chief of Fashion Magazine to sort of unpack all this. Is this black dress campaign something that you as an industry insider could support?
I think initially when I heard about it, I also thought that it was perhaps a bit of a feeble protest. I think it's my own opinion that if you're going to make a protest, there has to be a personal sacrifice to it. And I don't think it's necessarily a personal sacrifice to have to wear black. But then when they announced the Time's Up campaign, I really had a change of heart. I could see that they were using fashion not to make kind of a superficial fashion statement, but to actually use fashion to make a statement about the solidarity that women and men are feeling at this moment. So I had a change of heart, and I'm sure Rose McGowan might have as well. I mean, when she did that tweet, that was before anybody knew about the very innovative and very meaningful work that they're doing at Time's Up.
Yeah, and Time's Up to also be able to fund voices of women who perhaps don't have prestige and wealth to be able to pursue allegations of sexual assault.
Actually, it's close to 16 million this morning. I checked the GoFundMe campaign before I came. So really, and I'm sure by the end of tonight, I wouldn't be surprised if that's well over 16 million.
And we understand, too, that they're running out of black dresses, essentially, in terms of there's so much, because who is not going to show up in a black dress?
Well, it's hard to imagine that there aren't enough black, beautiful dresses out there in the world, but I am sure there are a lot of designers madly scrambling as we speak.
Now, the editor of the New York Times Style section has said that this is going to be a different awards show and perhaps even a different awards season.
Yes.
Are people going to be covering these events differently now than they might have in the past?
I think so. I don't think we're going to be seeing the Manny-Cam. I don't think we're going to be seeing the catty kind of conversation about who wore the dress best or who is the worst dressed. I'm hoping that there will be a much more thoughtful conversation going on the red carpet this evening.
We have seen, of course, protests going back many years, perhaps not as pervasive as this one, but certainly we have seen protests. Walk us through some of the ways people have used the attention and the media focus of those awards and the red carpet to bring up some issues.
One of the ones that I remember was in 1972 when Jane Fonda was accepting her award, and she wore a 4-year-old Yves Saint Laurent suit with a Mao collar, and she was a very outspoken critic of the Vietnam War, and she said she didn't feel right buying a fancy dress when there was a war going on, and she also didn't feel that she had to dress for men. So that's the first time I remember an actress really using fashion to also express her opinion.
Any others that spring to mind? We've seen ribbons.
Well, certainly the AIDS ribbon in the 80s. And last year, we saw a lot of the actors protesting Trump's travel ban by wearing the blue ribbon from the American Civil Liberties Union. And
we've seen Oscar So White as well, which is really seismic change in the industry as a result of that consciousness raising.
Yes, absolutely.
I mentioned the Oscars earlier. Is this the kind of protest and focus you think we're going to see carrying on to the big show with the Oscars?
I think it would be a real mistake if the organizers of Time's Up don't build on this momentum, and I'm sure that they will. I was reading something this morning where they were very inspired by Naomi Klein's theory on sort of disaster capitalism. And they described what they were doing as a form of disaster feminism, this idea that there's a hurricane, companies step in. Well, there's a hurricane going on in Hollywood, there's a hurricane going on around the world, and these women have stepped in, and I love that term, disaster feminism.
You obviously been involved in the fashion industry for many years as a journalist covering it, but we're seeing something different now, aren't we? We're seeing that there is a greater societal awareness that's being brought to so many issues.
Absolutely, and the red carpet is probably, and always has been, the largest platform for women in Hollywood to make a point. And I think it's amazing, and I commend them for using this immense power that they have to really do something very meaningful.